I can hardly stand because it's so windy. Welcome to Berry Head Hill Fort in South Devon. This being a headland, of course, makes it extremely windy like today. Now, what I'm going to do is a short walk. It's only about half an hour long. It's going to take you to the lovely seaside fishing village of Brixham. So once I get out of this wind, I'll be able to do a bit more talking. So I'm currently stood in this, what's known as the southern fort. What it is there's two separate bits, and this is the southern fort. So the main fort, which is the other fort, which is over there. I shall walk to that in a minute. Oh, God, bite me. So I don't know where you can hear me in this wind. A good test for the microphone. So the fort was built between 1795 and 1805 during the Napoleonic War with France, and so the remains are still here. God. Woo. Okay, let's get going.
The Napoleonic defences at Berry Head, which include two forts and several gun batteries, represent some of the best preserved remains of this period in Britain. Contemporary plans show that 3 forts were originally intended, but in the event only 2 were constructed. Fort number 1 is at the southern end of the complex. Built 1795 to 1807, it had a defensive wall with gun embrasures and a deep dry moat in front, which ran from cliff edge to cliff edge and provided a field of view from which to defend the landward approach to Berry Head. The remains of several military buildings still stand inside the fort, including a guard and storehouse, magazine and the kitchen. The barracks and batteries were dismantled in 1817, 2 years after the end of the Napoleonic Wars, although the headland was retained in military hands until at least 1832. Berry Head has continued to be a strategic location, protecting civilian shipping and providing defences in later conflicts.
That wind is certainly buffeting me today.
So this is fort number 3, Berry Head Fort. It's the northernmost fort, built in 1803 to 1805 and enclosing some 16 acres. It is the largest fortification on the headland. The fort had a sizable garrison, who were quartered in 8 barrack blocks. Other standing remains include the powder magazine, which became a Coast Guard station in 1906.
This is the powder magazine from 1802. Powder was stored here for the gun battery that defended the naval anchorage in Torbay. And there's another building here, which is an artillery store over here as well. Just here on the edge of the fort is well, it looks like a bird hide. It's a great place for people to look at the birds on the cliffs.
There is much to interest birdwatchers. The sea cliffs support the largest guillemot colony along the south coast of England, reaching over 1,000 birds. Kittiwakes and fulmars regularly breed here, and areas of scrub provide shelter for whitethroats.
Yeah, that's a fantastic spot for photographers who wish to get pictures of the seabirds. Right, let's continue. Bit of a drop down there. I think that was part of an old quarry, that's not natural. There's a great view across Torbay now to Medford Beach and Torquay and then Paynton, I think. Then you've got other places like Goodrington and Broadsands. Can't really see up the coast, but on a clear day you would be able to see Portland Bill near Weymouth from here, which is a fair old distance. But it's quite misty today despite the wind. Oh, I'll be glad to get out of this wind. It is pretty intense. It's a shame I couldn't have got up here yesterday because a huge storm went up through Ireland yesterday and the winds up here must have been colossal.
Fort number 3 saw use during the Second World War when the former Napoleonic battery at the eastern end of the fort was reused as a placement for anti-aircraft guns, and part of the store's building was reused as a Royal Observer Corps post. In July 1918, a kite balloon observation post was established here. A 2-man lookout crew was suspended within a basket beneath a tethered hydrogen-filled balloon at a height of 1,200 metres to raise the alarm so that Devonport's warships could engage with the sighted enemy craft. The balloon station was not in operation for long though, closing in December 1918. Fort number 3 and Hardy's Head Battery were scheduled as protected ancient monuments in 1950. The headland became a country park in 1969 following its purchase by Torbay Borough Council.
Sort of mastering out of the wind and coming through some woods now. Just come off the main path because there's a small little path going off, and I thought normally when there's a path it means there's something to be seen, and I've just come across, I can't get it down because it's a bit steep, there's a cave there. I think I saw this already on a YouTube video. Of course there might be another way into it, so I'll have a look further down. Ooh. Yeah, I found the lower path. Looks like it's been dug out. Maybe the start of a quarry or something. Yeah, that's where I was just now. And there's this little cave entrance. Oh, it's not actually a cave, it's like a big split in the rock. As far as I can see it, don't go back any further. Ah, that's interesting to find out. So as I go down these steps, I can see at the back of one of these like posh houses with grass on its roof. And here's the front of that building with the grass roof. That was the Berry Head Hotel. That looks a very nice place. It's not actually on Berry Head, I would say. It's like on the edge of it, but nevertheless, Berry Head Hotel. So next is a really posh house, which I would imagine if you was on a boat out to sea, you'd get a really good view of it. We can only see part of it here. It's called the Battery. Have a look at this one. So I just spoke to a local couple, and they say apparently there's a bigger cave just up there. And here we go, somewhere around here. Just going to follow the path and hope it takes me there. There's a pretty steep path. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up there, to be honest. God, going up okay, it's coming back down again, isn't it? That's the problem. No, I can't find it. It looked quite promising, all this bit here, but I can't see nothing. Oh, that's a shame. I went completely the wrong way. I just took this lower path. This is a big cave, this one is. This was the one I was looking for. I've seen this on YouTube. Yeah, it's huge. That is huge. And someone's put a ladder there so that you can get up to the next bit, which I'm not going to do. I don't trust myself. Ugh, it's a bit muddy. But that's another place ticked off in that I've never been before. Right, so... Oh, nice to get out of that wind. It's quite warm now, actually. Okay, down to the seafront now, lovely. And Sholston Beach, where there is a man-made swimming pool right next to the sea, which gets filled in at every high tide. So there's a little information board here about Sholston Swimming Pool. It says in the late 1920s, Brixham Amateur Swimming and Life Saving Society took over the running of the pool and were given a lease by Torbay County Borough Council. Members held fundraising events to raise money to build changing rooms in the Victorian shelter by the poolside. Swimmers paid a penny to leave their clothes in baskets. And in the Second World War, the pool was closed, with coastal defences constructed, including an air raid shelter, as the American forces took over a large part of the area. The pool reopened in 1946. Sadly, Sholston is frequently buffeted by northeasterly gales in the winter, and it does get serious damage to it sometimes. It looks like there's some sort of dog swimming thing going on here at the moment.
Thank you, yeah.
I can now see the Breakwater Beach, which is a lovely little sort of pebbly shingle beach. That house there with the semicircle bit coming out with all those windows. Oh, and there's like another circular bit on top, which is like a conservatory or something. Lovely, I like that. And there's the front of that really nice posh house. Waypoint it's called. The tiles on that house is amazing, isn't it? That's why I took a little bit of film of it. Never seen nothing like that before. Takes us down there is the Breakwater Beach and a bell. Someone's just ringing it now. It's getting a bit windy again now. Right, so we're not too far from Brixham now, actually. And there's the Breakwater, which is about a mile long. I'm not going to go on it today because it's extremely windy, but I have got a hyperlapse, which I took a few years ago, and I'll show you that now. So the murals, mural, I couldn't say it, The murals were commissioned by Brixham Arts and Theatre Society to commemorate the embarkation of American troops from Brixham during World War II as part of the D-Day landings. Oh, what an amazing set of murals. Welcome to Brixham. So let's take a walk now into Brixham. First, let me just quickly show you the slipway, which was used for the D-Day landings, where they all took off from, because this is important. I don't know if you can hear that, but the wind is whistling through all the lines and the masts on the boats, ships, whatever you call them, yachts, and making quite a whistling noise. So come down this second slipway here, because I remember as I was walking past that, must be about 10 years ago now. We come along here must be about 11 o'clock, midnight, something like that. And I took some long exposure pictures in the dark and got some strange effects, because there were swans, which normally frequent the harbour. They was in this bit, moving around. So of course, over a 30-second exposure, they was like strange white blobs and blurs. So this next bit coming up now, it's got some really nice little gardens set into the hillside, which is a nice little introduction to the town of Brixham. Not sure if I'm allowed on here, but this is a view I don't normally see. I'm not entirely sure if I'm allowed on this bit. It doesn't say private, so... Oh, that wind is whistling. Oh, let's get out of that wind. Look at this boat here, Pilgrim. that amazing? A coat just appeared out of nowhere. I was getting a bit cold. Okay, so now by the harbour. Well, I'm going to end my walk here with ice cream. Ice cream. Prawns.